So one of the real challenges here is that suicide almost automatically pits us against the client. The client may very naively walk into your office and think that they can talk about this thing, and all of a sudden you're talking hospitalization. And why is that difficult these days? Tried to hospitalize anybody lately? Not a very pleasant experience. If you can get them pre-certified and get them through that horrible process, how long can you keep them there? 3 days. The national average is 3 to 4 days. So the Enlightenment notion, from Europe was sanctuary. We'll lock these people up until they come to their senses. Because suicidal people are, by definition, insane, right? And if insane people become sane again, then they're no longer going to kill themselves. That's a simplistic way of describing it, but that really was the spirit of that enlightened notion. But now we don't have the comfort of being able to lock people up indefinitely. When I first came to Washington, I was a psych tech working in a psychiatric hospital. And we secluded and restrained patients, and we kept them in the hospital. We kept them safe for 6 months. 10 weeks. Significant hospital stays. Does anybody remember this? It was not that long ago. And now we no longer have that kind of sanctuary. We no longer have that kind of setting. And then, of course, the lawyers are looming. So what's the reasonable clinician to do? Some will say, well, I just won't see suicidal patients. Really? I have a colleague in D.C. who postdoced with Dr. Beck in Philadelphia. She's an expert in cognitive therapy for depression, but she refuses to see suicidal patients. And her argument, from an ethical standpoint, is it's outside of my area of expertise. Well, that to me is a little bit like your internist saying, I'll give you a full physical, thorough exam unless you got this life-threatening cardiac condition. I don't do that. That's outside my area of expertise. I really think it's that pervasive. I really think it's that important. I really think that's a lame excuse.